How's it going, FaceTubes? My name is John. I was in the U.S. Navy for 10 years, and I've posted a couple of videos about ship design and layout and outpost design and layout, and I'm here again to walk you through my newest ship and my newest outpost with a particular bias towards some level of realism. So come along with me for the ride. Sorry about the audio. It's a little echoey in here. Anyways, bear with me if you don't mind. Here we are at my newest outpost. I built a new ship, and so I'll probably show you the ship first, and then I'll take you through the outpost. But basically, my conceptual design here was like a deep space battlecruiser and enforcer to bring law and order out to the outer rim. And so, yeah, this is sort of like a stealth battlecruiser. I finally modded the build limit. I've resisted doing that for a long time, but I finally increased the build limit so I can get a little bit longer than the default vanilla version of the game. I'll show you the ship here really quickly. So I'm calling it the Imperator, and basically, like I said, it is a combat-oriented vessel. I've got a lot of security personnel on board in addition to my named crew members. And yeah, I'll actually probably walk you through the ship at the end of this video, but someone on Reddit asked me to share more about the outpost that I built to accommodate that ship. So basically, if I'm flying around in the black and doing a lot of ship combat, I figured I would need a port at which to repair, refit, resupply, and so this outpost is specifically designed with like a shipyard in mind. And so because it is out on the rim, I've put a lot of air defense turrets around here because I love some of the new decoration mods that I've uncovered by scrolling through Reddit. So radar domes, missile turrets, these are useful things to prevent potential hostiles from dropping on you from the sky. So that's one feature that was added in my latest mods that I thought was really cool. And then the outpost itself, like I said, I created it with a very industrial kind of feel to it. So, yeah, a lot of ship parts laying around here. The mods that I've uncovered recently include, you know what, I'm just going to have to list them in the description. It's too many for me to think of off the top of my head, but at least, like Altec. I've got some new Altec habs on my ship that I think are really cool. But yeah, so let's enter the base here quickly. So this is designed primarily for all of my ground crew to sleep in. And this mod is called Furnish Your Ship, and it lets you put ship bunks and features into your outposts or ship, which is cool. Makes it really convenient to furnish empty habs. So yeah, I've got bathrooms here, I got washers. This is like the cafeteria for my ground crew. This is the ops center from which we coordinate all of the landings, takeoffs, and repair schedules. I've got plenty of landing pads around here. I like the crane. I can't remember which mod that was. Yeah, I've got chief engineer here. Basically, I don't want to spend too much time looking at all the individual decorations that I've laid down here, but I have quite a few. Clutter. Whoa, hello. Clutter is one of my favorite new mods. It's Clutter version 2, and it has a ton of decorations in it. So a lot of this stuff is new to me from the Clutter version 2 mod. Anyways, basically, like I said, this is sort of like my deep space resupply point here. Got some fuel trucks. I got another ship under construction there. Frame rate drop. Okay, so I'm very much pushing the limits here of what my gaming laptop can handle in terms of the amount of decorations that I've placed on this particular tile. So you may notice some frame rate drop. That is definitely because I am pushing this game really hard. Anyways, observation towers. That's from Tower Habs, I believe is the name of that mod. That's supposed to be like a radar dish right there. More missile defense turrets. Don't look at that. I haven't actually put a foundation under that yet, but that's also, yeah, like a fortified entry control point right there. Got a few of those scattered around the crater here. Anyways, yeah, I really like this one Reddit post that I found where somebody built their own dockyard or star yard, and I thought, you know what, I could probably do that with a lot of the new mods that I've downloaded. So, you know, I kind of wanted to just play around with this idea and see what I could come up with. Still very much a work in progress, so I'm actually not going to spend too much time showing you around. But the ship itself, I do want to talk about that. When I'm using the Nova landing bay these days because I can run my daemog right up inside of it, so I know that it fits. Alright, so like I said, it's primarily a battle cruiser, so see my previous videos where I kind of explain why I lay my ships out the way I do, but this is the Combat Information Center, or the CIC, which in Navy world is like the nerve center of a ship. Separate from the bridge, and it manages all the combat functions of the ship. And then up here, another control room, and then here's the Deimos Bridge, which to me is just a nice, very Navy-looking bridge. Also, this is a detail that I really love, and it's in a lot of the HABs, but this is called lagging when you're on a Navy ship, and it's just padding around major things that you're likely to crack your head against if, you know, for example, the ship takes a roll. So I like that detail. That's very true to my Navy experience. I was on a destroyer for 7 months out to sea. Security personnel, so I forget which... it's called like SN Recruit Anyone or something like that for your ship's crew. So I've got a bunch of people who I've recruited for my ship's crew. Security captain. Oh, this I believe is an Owltech like engineering passageway or something like that. I love the fact that I can finally have passageways in my ship, because that's a very normal thing. You should be able to just walk through spaces to get to other spaces, right? Not everything has to be like, you know, a living space, for example. So yeah, the machinery passageway I think is a really nice touch, very Navy. Here's the cargo bay. This is the supply officer, and then you know, this is all. I'm really glad for the clutter mod, because now I have cargo that actually fits through the doorway as opposed to just giant containers that couldn't possibly fit on the ship. So I went with all small containers, thinking that that's, you know, realistic to try and get these on board. This is a Stroud Premium Edition elevator right here. So I've talked in a previous video about how much I like Stroud Premium Edition. I finally incorporated the elevator into one of my ship designs. So now let's we're on the main deck right here, the middle one. I'm gonna go down to the lower deck. All right, another engineering passageway. Got some engineers living down here. The transporter room, this also is Owltech with a patch from, you know, the ship-to-ship transporter. Can't remember the name of that mod author. But yeah, this is a cool, just a cool looking hab that also lets you transport to hostile ships so that you don't have to dock with them in order to take them over. I've done some decorating here with Ship Tech from Furnish Your Ship. Got the gym here. This is an Owltech troop bay, which I think is another very cool hab. So basically all of my engineers and security guys live down here on the lower level. And if there's any kind of a battle drill, then the engineers will run to the right here to get into the engineering spaces, and the security guys will run left, and they have their own gym, of course, but yeah, they run left over here to get to the troop bay. And then another armory hab here, complete with workshops, and that leads to my docking port. Right here I've got the brig. I believe this is Stroud Premium Edition. And then just some vanilla engineering habs over here, nothing much to report. So you come back up to the main level. Oops, I just jumped 2 levels. Okay, so let me show you the main level briefly here, because this is another cool feature. Engineering passageway and the Owltech, I don't remember what this is called. I think it's just engineering bay 1 by 1. But I like that there's finally a warp core or a reactor in my ship. Alright, back up the ladder. Alright, top level is all living space for the crew. And these are Stroud Premium Edition, because I just like the amount of thought that was put into these as well. I've done some more hand decorating around here with the new Clutter mod. Officers' dining area. So officers and enlisted personnel on a ship will separate themselves, right? It's like tradition, very traditional segregation between officers and enlisted. So this is like the officers' dining area lounge. This is captain's quarters. I put it a little further away from the Combat Information Center on this particular ship design than I did on my previous one, just because I think I want a little bit more privacy. Here's the enlisted eating area. I used a Falkland hab here. So the Falkland habs, I mean, the aesthetic doesn't really fit with the rest of my ship design, but Falkland is nice if you're willing to build an entire ship around that particular aesthetic. I just kind of jammed this in here because I needed a little bit more living space. That's back down to the engineering passage below. And a quick word about this. Okay, so there's a very particular reason why I have two passageways running fore and aft, right? One port, one starboard. Because that is exactly how a Navy ship is laid out, all right? Every Navy ship on the main deck, and probably the main 2 or 3 decks, depending on how big the ship is going to have a starboard fore and aft passage and a port fore and aft passage, all right? And that allows traffic to flow very quickly around the ship when people are running to their battle stations, for example. So traditionally you will go forward on the starboard side, aft on the port side. I don't remember. It's been a while since I was on the ship, but yeah, there are rules when you're calling away general quarters or battle stations about how people are supposed to move through the ship so that traffic will move smoothly. So it's usually forward on the starboard side, aft on the port side, and then I believe down on starboard side and up on port side. I might have that backwards. Anyways, so that's just a little bit of Navy trivia for you, and hopefully this helps you to get a better idea of how you might want to lay your ship out. I tried to be a little quicker on this one than I was on my previous video. Hope you guys like it. Thank you very much, and I will do a longer one if you guys want me to.